Welcome to Review and Shop's new episode. Today we will watch best gaming mices on the market in the 2019. Number 5. Corsair M65 Pro. We are taking a look at the Corsair M65 Pro RGB, one of the best gaming mice available in the market, and certainly made for users who are more inclined towards saving up some money and still getting a lot in return. The mouse, as the name suggests, does come with the RGB lighting that can be conveniently controlled through the Corsair's customization software. The software itself is easy to use, although it may require some learning curve, but that's okay. You obviously get buttons to adjust the DPI to your liking, some customizable buttons, as well as a very handy weight tuning system that allows you to remove some of the weights and put them away in order to make the mouse lighter. Now, in case you are wondering, a lighter mouse means your hand will have an easier time gliding it, something a lot of FPS gamers are looking for. Now essentially, the M65 Pro is definitely a mouse designed for FPS gamers. However, the good thing is that it is suitable to all the gamers regardless of the genre they are playing. So, definitely a plus point right there. Number 4. Logitech G900 Chaos Spectrum. So, what's good about the Chaos Spectrum? Well, there are a lot of things. For starters, you can go from 200 to 12,000 DPI on the fly, and that's really impressive. Do keep in mind that this isn't just software increase, and the DPI is effectively changed across the board. You get the Spectrum lighting, something that is Logitech's own version of RGB lighting, and you get the legendary software suite that Logitech is known and loved for. The Chaos Spectrum can be used wirelessly and wired, and just like the Ouroboros, does come with an ambidextrous design. Bear in mind that this is a flagship mouse from Logitech, so if you are concerned about paying a high price, you are also getting some of the finest features, regardless of you needing them or not. With that said, if you are wondering about us encountering any downsides, there aren't any deal breakers here. Sure, the mouse carries a hefty price tag, and the overall aesthetics of the ambidextrous design might put off some design-conscious people, but under the hood, the Chaos Spectrum happens to be one of the most powerful and over-the-top brilliant gaming mice. Number 3. Razer Ouroboros. The next up on our list is the Razer Ouroboros, and in case you don't know, Razer is perhaps one of the best peripheral company out in the market. That shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone because it's simply too good. This mouse can be called the direct competitor of Asus Spitha but has been around for quite some time. It is again a wireless/wired combination, and unlike Spitha, it does offer an ambidextrous design, making it a top pick for many users. One should keep in mind that the Ouroboros is strictly made for the enthusiasts, and it doesn't offer features such as the RGB lighting, though considering how it's a pretty old mouse, Razer may release an updated version with the chroma lighting in near future. It can be called a direct competitor of Asus Spitha but has been around for quite some time. With that said, in case you are wondering about the good stuff that goes into this mouse, well, there is quite a lot. Razer has designed this mouse and kept modification in mind. Most of the parts on the mouse can be removed and shifted around, and yes, you do get weight tuning, something most people love. Some of the adjustments include the ability to tune weight, as well as the palm rest in order to get the optimal gripping experience. The mouse also comes with 11 programmable buttons, as well as highly accurate dual sensors to keep everything in order. There is no way that this mouse is perfect as there are some obvious flaws. For starters, the mouse is pricey considering how, after all, it's a gaming mouse. In addition to the price, for people who are looking for a simple experience, it can be a bit too confusing. However, don't let that stop you from buying this otherwise amazing gaming mouse. Number 2. Logitech G Wireless Pro. When it comes to build quality, however, there's little cause for concern. It's all very plasticky, but everything feels nice and solid. There's no rattle and all the buttons have a crisp, reassuring response. The left and right buttons also use Omron switches that are rated to last 50 million clicks. In terms of features, the most obvious thing here is the wired/wireless design. You can either plug the 1.8 meter micro-USB cable into the front of the mouse or into the supplied adapter, into which you also plug the USB wireless dongle. It's a great system that makes it really easy to instantly switch between the two modes. Bringing together featherweight ergonomics, a high-performance sensor, and flawless wireless connectivity, the Logitech G Wireless Pro has risen swiftly to the top of our best gaming mice charts. Plus, it's ambidextrous too. The Wireless Pro is equipped with interchangeable switches and a DPI switch hidden on the underside of the mouse to avoid accidental button presses getting in the way of the action. And when it comes to gaming prowess, the mouse offers the best performance we've experienced in game. And finally, number 1. SteelSeries Rival 710. The latest sensor from SteelSeries is at the heart of the Rival 710, and it's a flawless one. The TrueMove 3 Plus sensor features in the Rival 310 and 600 and now comes as a modular piece of kit, but I'm not sure why you'd change it for the older laser sensor the Rival 700 had. It's similar to the PMW 3360 and offers 12,000 CPI, IPS speed of 350 but with improved raw tracking from 2000 to 3500. This sensor gives you the benefit of one-to-one precise tracking without gaining extra latency or losing jitter reduction. Using the software you can alter the CPI and have it set from 100 to 12,000 going up in increments of 100. I have used a variety of SteelSeries mice with this sensor and I've not had an issue yet. It seems to perform perfectly every time. It was strange using this mouse as the sensor helped me track enemy heads very precisely and snapping to a target was effortless. The problem for me is with the weight of the mouse. If this was 15 grams lighter it would be perfect, as even though the grip isn't my favorite it's still comfortable. The performance of the mouse in game was unrivaled, and if you think you may struggle with the weight, the Rival 600 is a good mid-weight option, or the 310 for a lightweight alternative. The only resistance you're facing with this mouse is the weight, but despite this, the mouse glides across my cloth pad with ease, and if you love the heavier mice this could be a great option. The Rival 710 features something a bit different from its competitors as it has an OLED screen on the side and the mouse has the power to give tactile responses physically and visually. These features have been brought over from the Rival 700 and are powered by SteelSeries GameSense. The OLED is a bit of a gimmick, but it's kind of cool. You can personalize the display to anything that has been hand-drawn, which is amusing. I'm not childish, I promise. There are also some custom images you can download straight from SteelSeries or ones created by other Rival 710 owners. The OLED can be used in-game to show stats such as health or average damage per round, ADR, which you won't be looking at in-game, but I enjoyed seeing my KDR on the mouse at the end of a competitive match. Another visual alert the mouse is capable of is through its RGB lighting. The lights even have a default setting which I was unaware of, but the light in my scroll wheel would show me my health while playing CSGO and flash when it hit 10%. It's not a feature that I looked at very often, but I quite like it. The color of the logo would change to reflect how much money I had, but the logo sits under my palm, so not sure on the point, but you can customize all of this through the software. Visual alerts aside, there is another interesting feature to this mouse, and that is its tactile alerts. The tactile alerts work similarly to the lighting, and you can use them across a multitude of games. Again, I first noticed this in CSGO when at the start of the round the mouse would vibrate in my hand. Funnily enough, I assumed this was a bit of grit under the mouse, so I kept cleaning my mouse pad until I realized it did this. Once I knew what was going on, I didn't mind this feature, but it's something much better suited to games with cooldowns such as Dota or Overwatch, as it can give you an instant indication that an ability is ready to be activated again. It's not to say it's useless in CSGO, as there is a feature where you can set it to buzz alerting you to low ammunition and prompting a reload. To see the full range of customization with this feature, please see out software guide here. Overall, the quality is there from SteelSeries. It's got some very interesting features and the design is stylish. The shape is comfortable, but there are some far better ergonomic shapes out there for right-handed gamers, and most of them cheaper than the Rival 710. I think the price and weight can be an off-putting factor for some. If you think it's too heavy, then I'd consider the Rival 600, as it features the same great sensor, switches and soft touch finish. If the price is a factor, then the Death Adder Elite costs nearly half as much with a slightly inferior sensor but with balanced weight distribution and a comfier ergonomic shape. The mouse does have the added benefit of unique features. If you like the idea of personalizing your mouse with a little image or GIF on the display, then you can with the 710. Maybe you like the idea of the tactile responses the mouse gives from different applications, but the important thing to know is if the weight doesn't bother you, this is high-performing mouse that won't let you down and has to be considered.